morning. What a lovely day today. We are here in Tagaytay City. This is a few kilometers away from our university, Lyceum of the Philippines, University Cavite campus. We are under College of International Tourism and Hospitality Management, under Cruise Line Cluster. I have here with me my partner,
Ma'am Ortiz.
yes, and
Ma'am Claret.
I'm Miss Rajiv, and we are the Basic Safety
Safety
Professor.
Professor.
Okay. So we were calling each other, and then we said, shall we meet for a coffee or two? So here in Tagaytay, it's still quite traffic at the moment, but we managed to find this, and the three of us haven't been here before.
Yes.
So we
it's the
really
first time
enjoying
here.
the view of the Taal Lake, and then we are enjoying a kubo for ourselves. Okay.
Would you imagine? In front of us here is the final view of Taal Lake.
Okay,
Right.
yes. So we are here to do collaboration of our subject basic safety and crowd control. Okay, having been having had experiences in the cruise industry like Ma'am Clave, which department and how many years?
Actually, Norwegian Cruise Line and Princess Cruise Line for 15 years.
Carnival Cruise Line as a camp counselor for 13 years.
Okay, and I am I was exposed for 21 years under P&O Cruises Carnival UK under F&B department.
I forgot to say, me, I'm under with housekeeping department.
Housekeeping.
Yes.
And yes.
Entertainment
Oo.
department.
She entertains people. That's a very,
Really to
very,
entertain us
yes,
today.
yes. So today we will be the reason why we're doing this collaboration, apart from
We're having a bonding moment.
yes, that's the main thing actually, but no, we just like that, out of the blue, we thought
We
we
do
have collaboration because
We
all
do
of
it
us,
all at once.
yes,
Yeah.
all at once.
Correct.
Okay, so we have a collaboration for this because with the pandemic happening around us, you know, we don't want in Lyceum of the Philippines University Cavite, we don't want our students to have less knowledge. We want their learnings not to get compromised. So we are here in our own time and good faith, and we're just gonna go and discuss to you the 4 basic modules of your SOLAS training.
Yes.
By the way, this subject, basic safety training, is an introduction to your SOLAS training or your basic safety training. Okay, under your basic safety training, you have 4 modules. Number 1, we have firefighting and fire prevention. Number 2, elementary first aid. The third one is personal safety. Oh, sorry.
PSSR.
Yes, personal safety,
Safety
and social responsibility. And the last one is personal survival technique. Okay, those are 4 modules of your basic training or your SOLAS training. Okay, the SOLAS training is a training required for anyone, not only in the Philippines but around the world, to have and undergo if you want to expose or have a career in the maritime industry, not only in the cruise industry but the whole maritime industry. Okay, in the Philippines you are required to have this because it's one of your requirement for you to acquire your seaman's book.
SIRB.
Yes. Okay, so to start with, we're gonna go and discuss the first one. What is it?
The ano ba yun?
The theory of
I told you
fire.
this is
It's from
impromptu, mga anak. Okay, so it's basic, it's firefighting and fire prevention.
Yes, the theory
Yes.
of fire, diba? We need to discuss
Okay.
as well.
So about anything related to fire, it's very important that all those people, or especially our students who wanted to have a career on board, to know anything that's related to fire, because on board, fire is the #1 most dangerous emergency. Okay, so for fire, it's very important that you know what action you have to do just in case or if happen to see a fire. And also, like we have later on, we're going to share our experiences with regards to fire on board. It's actual, it's really happened. Okay, and another thing that we have to know about fire is the different classes of fire. So we do have a different classes of fire from A B, C, D, E, and F. And also very important as well that you know the different types of fire extinguisher, because different classes of fire also you have to use the right types of fire extinguisher on the certain types of fire. Okay, and also we don't forget the word PAS, because that would be the acronym for how to use the fire extinguisher. So the PAS is stand for P for pull the pin. So it means that you have to pull the pin in order to unlock the lever.
Yeah.
And then yes, and then A is for aim. So make sure guys that you have to aim the base of the fire, not the actual flame. And maybe a while ago Ma'am Regib was sharing or telling us that it is very important, but before you squeeze it, to make sure that the fire extinguisher is not empty. Okay, make sure that you have to try it first on the side, okay, to check if the fire extinguisher is working. And then you have to base it on you have to aim it, and then gently squeeze the lever or the handle. And the other S is you have to sweep it gently from side to side in order for you to extinguish the fire. Okay, another one is very important that you have to remember, since you know now how to use the fire extinguisher, is what action should you take in case you see a fire on board. So if in case you see the fire on board, it's very important to inform the bridge. Okay, so in order for you to inform the bridge, the quickest way is you have to break the manual call point.
Raise the alarm.
Yes, to raise the alarm, because the manual call point, once you break the glass, then it will automatically send the signal to the bridge to know where's the location of that emergency. Okay, it's quicker rather than going to run and dial the phone number of the bridge. So if there's a closest manual call point, just break the glass and it's automatically send the signal. And then if it's safe for you to do so to extinguish the fire, then try to extinguish the fire, because you have your SOLAS, you have this basic training, this basic safety training course. So I think you are comfortable in using the fire extinguisher. But if it's not safe for you to do so, make sure guys to save yourself first. You go outside, close the fire screen door. Like a while ago, Ma'am Clabin was sharing that there's two ways to open the fire screen door. One is remotely from the bridge. So automatically the bridge can turn it that can close it, or you can manually close it by just pressing the button. Okay, so I have here my two colleagues, or my two beautiful instructor in basic safety, who happened to experience the fire on board, and they wanted to share to you.
Me first?
Yes, please.
Okay. That was long time ago. I remember. Long time ago. I just remember the last fire that I have seen on board. Actually, it's the only fire on board that I have seen during that time when I was still working, and that is because of the ano tawag doon?
Candle?
Yes, the candle.
I-
It's a romantic candle actually.
All
There's
ears, all
one
eyes.
Filipino and one Romeo. I don't know if she's a
Romantic?
Yeah.
Candlelight dinner?
Yes.
In the cabin?
They're having
I
a
don't know,
romantic night.
because it's prohibited in the cabin, but I don't know how they used to bring it inside.
Really?
Yeah.
And then
And then, what do you think? Why do you use this one inside the
No
cabin?
idea. You tell me.
let's just skip that part.
Yes.
Okay. So they use this candle. Siguro they want to have like a romantic
I told you to skip that.
environment inside.
They are friendly. Let's say
Yeah,
they are
they're
friendly.
friends. Okay. And then eventually, since they are already late waking up, and they forgot this candle inside the room.
Really?
Yes. And it so happened that the cabin mate also was late. No? And totally no one inside
What do you mean late?
He was late going.
He did not come back to the cabin.
Doesn't come back to the
He
cabin
didn't
also.
come back. Where did he go?
I don't know. Maybe they have separate ways.
Okay.
And then after that, without knowing, this candle, I don't know how it create fire, but
Naubos.
siguro
Siguro
nahulog
nahulog.
or
Oo.
what, I don't know.
Yes.
But during that time, it really affect this cabin talagang naubos lahat.
Really?
Yes.
So it started
And
the fire.
would you imagine this cabin mate kasi, I think he's the one who's technician kasi siya ng lahat ng laptop of
Okay.
this different
Mm.
crew, no, from different departments. So lahat yun naubos.
Okay.
All of these computers.
Really?
Yes.
In his cabin?
Yeah, but the good thing about that is that they act on it accordingly, and they close the fire screen door, and
Maybe watertight door. Fire screen door
Fire screen
only,
door.
not watertight
No.
door. Okay.
fire screen door only. And then hindi na nadamay actually.
The
mga-
other
the
compartments.
yes, the
How about the other cabins? The cabin beside their cabin? Anything happened to that?
Because the firefighter already respond
Quickly.
really
But the
quickly.
whole cabin?
Yeah, the whole cabin as
Was
in-
gone?
Yes, was gone.
Oh, it's
So it was
okay.
really alarming because kasi nung time na yun, everyone knows all the crew, because only the crew will know the code, right? What
Yeah.
is the
For
code for fire?
Carnival Cruise Line, I think it's different code
Yeah.
because for Carnival Cruise Line, their code for fire is Alpha Team, Alpha Team.
For
Code
us,
Alpha.
it's
on my
code
time,
Bravo.
I don't know.
Code Alpha.
Code Alpha is yours. Code Alpha in Norwegian Cruise Line is medical assistance.
Code Alpha is medical assistance.
yes,
Yes.
and for the fire, it's called Bravo. It's called Bravo. So
I'm not quite sure now because I was away from the industry for already 3 years, so I don't know if they updated. But during my time, the code for fire is Alpha.
You know, what you call this? When there's a fire, they will send senior officers to investigate. And if there's no chance to contain it, not letting the passengers know, then they will just gonna go and call a certain team of
Yes.
senior officers.
What do you mean? You
The
have senior
firefighting.
officer, and it is the same with firefighting.
And
Or is
we
different?
call it, I forgot what we call it.
But we call
But,
them as firefighter
okay.
in
As long
Norwegian
as
Cruise
it's
Line.
a firefighting team.
Yeah, firefighting
Oo.
team.
We have a set of senior officers, we call them, and once they are called, we crew member, we just have to know where they are called. So meaning there's an emergency somewhere in that area, because when they mention this set of officers or senior officers to investigate, they will tell where they gonna go.
So yes.
So mandatory for all crew members to listen to that. And then once the general emergency signal will be sounded, or the crew alert signal, sorry,
Yeah, crew
alert,
alerts.
which is continuous ringing of the ship's alarm bells in our company. So once that is done, then we know that it hasn't been the next that is the next step, you know, and hopefully it will stop from there.
I would just like to add
Assessment party. Thank you very much. Thank you.
assessment party.
Yes.
That's what they call
Yes,
them.
they call
Okay.
them. When the officer of the watch call assessment party, assessment party, proceed to deck 5 by cabin D123. So everybody will be having an idea that there's an emergency in that area. Then if everything is contained, then they will say assessment party, stand down.
So they don't mention fire
No,
fight
no, no,
kasi
no,
because you
no.
maybe
Yeah.
the guests will
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
into
yeah,
panic.
exactly. Nobody mentioned that word.
Okay.
But the crew member knows that when
Yeah.
they call assessment party, because they are the ones who gonna investigate and assess the situation. So once they said everybody will be waiting to stand down,
Okay.
because once it's not been called, then you will hear the crew alert signal.
Crew alert signals. And I would just
Okay.
like to add also with all our students that this assessment party came from the different
Department.
departments. So it
Okay.
means that you could also be a firefighter. That's why basic safety is really
Yes.
important. But I think wala namang babae yata. No?
It depends, because
You
nowadays
have,
you
because sa
have
amin noon, wala.
you have a
There's
cabin,
no,
you have a female
firefighter,
cabin
female.
captain now. You have a female chief engineer now.
for now. No?
Yes, yes.
But
so-
during our time,
Oo.
I don't see any
Oo.
firefighter team na
I want to volunteer nga sometimes.
already.
Yes, but I am nobody, no?
Actually, during that time when we have this SCC on board, I was the one who were sent to represent our department. So we're being taught how to drive and lower the
That
lifeboat.
is proficiency. I have that as
Yes.
well. And it doesn't have, it doesn't have
Expiry.
expiration date.
Yeah, I have
So
that
we have,
certification, the SCC.
But sometimes it is a disadvantage as well because instead
Why?
of you going ashore
Yeah.
because you're off, you
During
have
the
to go
boat
there
race.
and
Yes.
drive the boat. You have to lower the boat. You have to drive it, and then you have to be there as well when they lift it up.
Yeah, but it's your advantage because in our department in housekeeping, we are the main responsibility of the housekeeping department. It's
Is
only
to-
for the crowd control.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we have a
Oo.
certain section, each
Yes.
Section, yeah.
each section has to assist the guests, especially in their master station.
Okay, so that's your responsibility. The
Yes.
housekeeping responsibility during fire is you have to
Stay on our section.
in your section and make sure that everyone's evacuated.
That's why the firefighter team, they came from the different department. Maybe that's your
Okay.
department. But for the housekeeping, you have a certain.
How about you, Ma'am Rajiv? During in case of emergency on board, what is your duty? Your position's duty in case of emergency?
I have different duties. Sometimes I'm a section leader.
Okay.
Section leader wherein I have a few
You're the leader.
people under me,
Mm-mm.
and we have to check the fire hydrants, we have to check all the extinguisher, we have to check if passengers are under the table. You know, we are situated in different section. Even in accommodation, sometimes we are situated in pantries of the accommodation. Sometimes majority are lounges or public areas.
So you're checking the areas.
We have
if
to check
everyone is-
everything.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to check the exits, the way going to the boats, etc.
Inspector ka pala.
Yes, sometimes when I was rating, my job is one of the master personnel, wherein we are the ones who are demonstrating, like in the aircraft, we are the ones who demonstrating how to don life jackets, how to direct passengers to their master station, how to clicking them when they go towards their boats, etc., etc. So
Mhm.
we are the ones,
Like the master leader, ah.
yeah. No, not the leader. One of the guys there in the to explain everything,
Yes.
to calm passenger down.
Because we have
You know?
emergency station and then leading to the master station, right?
Yes.
And my duty, of course, I was part of the children evacuation team.
Mhm.
So we make sure that all children on board, especially those lost children, that we have to help them out to bring them to the children assembly area.
Yeah.
Or if they're already gone in the children assembly area and they're already in their master station, so our job as a youth counselor is to take those children back to their families. Okay, so we are reuniting those children or those minor to their families. If in case we cannot find their families, they're gone for some reason, so the children has to stay with us in the lifeboat.
So with
Or
the housekeeper,
yes.
we
You help out.
help
In
out.
Carnival Cruise Line, there are some housekeeping that is assigned to help out the youth staff
Youth staff, yes.
in dividing the
Locating
children and
the
locating their parents.
Correct.
Okay. So, I think that's for our fire. So we tackle the important key points for the fire. So it's very important, students, that you know the important key points with regards to fire, and also the experiences that is really happened and we saw them. Actually, they saw it in person, that it could happen to you. So it's very important that you know what to do or how to react in case of fire on board. So we're gonna discuss the second part of this module, which is what's the second? The basic the basic
But I think we
the
forgot.
elementary per se.
elementary first.
Sorry,
aid.
I think we forgot the smoking on board. In bed.
Is smoking in it. Yes.
The experience for the
I
smoking.
mean, we could also reiterate to them.
Okay, because
This is smoking in bed.
Oh, it's not allowed anymore because before they're allowed, like what Ma'am Regip said, right? You have an experience about that, but nowadays there's no way that
And
they
then
can
what
try.
are the other things that is prohibited inside the cabin again?
flat iron,
Flat iron,
plancha mga anak.
lunch, kettle,
Kettle,
and
init ng
cooking
tubig.
ware or
Walang
cooking utensils.
lutuan.
Anything. What else?
You have to try to avoid
Candles.
Candles,
Of
definitely
course.
candles.
Any
Definitely.
open flame.
Scented
open
candles,
flames.
anything
Ah.
like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
those things are
about-
Those are the things.
Mm.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
pause
now
for a
the second one, shall we pause?
break. Shall we pause for
For a
now
break?
and
Okay.
let's have a
We pause for a break and we'll be right
Right
back.
back.
Clap along if you